Hello and welcome back to the Scalpel Cafe. My name is Jamie and welcome to this week's update. A little bit late, bit of a hectic day yesterday. It's a hectic day today, back in work and 7 o'clock now. So it's going to have to be a bit of a rush job to get this done and edited and up before it's bedtime, because some of us have to be up at 04:30 every day when we go to work. First off, thank you very much for all your very kind words and messages of support with the little COVID infection I had. As you can tell, I'm much better. Still not 100%. Still got a little bit of a nagging cough every now and again, and a little bit of head congestion, but fit enough to fly anyway. And I went flying today, so that was nice. First time in 2 weeks. So thank you very much. I really did appreciate all of them, actually, and it really did help to make me feel better. So thanks for that. Right. On with the channel update then. So what's been happening is last Sunday the final part of the Armour Hobby Key 84 went up. That dealt with the painting of the natural metal, bit of a theme, stand by for that, and the spraying of the markings and the weathering, so how to weather the natural metal and then bring it all together at the end. Bit of a long one, about 30 minutes, but I thought it was important to go into that detail on that painting and finishing. And anyway, it's what I like the best, so why not? It's my channel and I shall do as I like. Right, so that was that one. Again, thank you very much for all your kind feedback on that and on the Facebook page. Some nice feedback on that particular model, and it's an absolute stunner, I think you'll agree. It's a beautiful little kit. Armour Hobby have excelled themselves again. It is lovely. Right, I just mentioned a bit of the theme of natural metal, and that is because Ammo have lifted the embargo on the new paint. They were doing demos at Telford of the new range, and I have one of the bottles here. It's called A-Stand. It is essentially rebottled Alclad with a few tweaks to the range, and obviously the packaging is all new. And I really like these bottles. They're a lot more squat, so they are a lot less prone to being knocked over. The design's really nice on them, and you even get a sort of factory blueprint type picture on the back, all sorts of different ones. Alclad is probably still the kind of the original and the best of the lacquer metallics, so why not? They're also doing the primers, they're doing all the hot colours, so you know, your violets, your purples, your browns, sepias, your blues, things like that for the hot metal effects. And they're also doing the varnishes, the aqua gloss, etc. Well worth checking out. So check out the Airfix Lightning video, part 4, I think it is, of the painting of that. It's just the base coat of how to use this stuff really. Also included is using the micro mesh, polishing it and that kind of things. And then week after next will be the final part, and I think I might do the decals on the final part. It's been so long I can't remember, but then bringing everything together and some of the weathering. So watch out for those two coming in the next couple of weeks. Right, let's just right, Earth Cafe little green book is coming up. Oh hang on, I've lost my page, crumbs. Right, what I want to do at some point is film a review using the A-Stand paints. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get to do it this week, or certainly not early this week. It's a full-on week actually. We're doing 12-hour days, driving 2 hours, flying twice, and then driving 2 hours back, and every day this week. It's going to be absolutely knackering. So not sure whether I'm going to have the energy or the enthusiasm to do that, but looks like we might be having Wednesday off. So I'll try, if I can, to review that stuff and then edit that and stick that up on Wednesday. I'm going to try. Don't hold me to it, but we'll see. See how I get on. That's the channel update. The current project then, if I just lean over here, pick up these bits here, is the Antonov the Colt, the post-apocalyptic, easy for me to say, aeroplane. As you can see here, I went into the painting. So I've done the wings and the tailplanes, and I've done them in a weathered steel. This has taken longer than I hoped. Normally when I do this weathered steel, because it's lots of different layers of paint, very thin, but I try to seal things in, because I'm using layers of hairspray, try and seal it in with a lacquer matte varnish. I don't have any out here, so I've been using the VMS matte, which is fantastic varnish, but obviously being an acrylic, it does take longer to dry. So that has slowed me down a little bit, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, actually. Completely ruined the black background down there, but I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. The next job, hopefully this week if I can get some bench time, is the wings. They've also been done in the weathered steel. However, as you can see, I've got the control surface here, the aileron / flap, and that's going to be painted silver with a primer red and then weathered. The leading edge also is going to be had silver on it, and then that's going to be a black, and that's going to be chipped. Then I've got the weathered aluminium surface for the fuel tank covers, and what I'm going to do that is I'm going to a layer of A-stand, then hairspray, and then a light grey, and then that's all going to be really kind of heavily chipped, and various washes and things, because aluminium, if you've seen any sort of weathered aluminium like a window frame or something, it's not a shiny silvery colour. It does actually dull right down matte, and you get that sort of corrosion look to it, which I think will offset the weathered steel very nicely. And then the final part is on this wing. I've got two patches. One I've done in steel, the weathered rusty steel. The other one, I'm going to do something a bit different and a bit special with that. Those of you that have seen my Bronco that I did in 32nd will know that I did a similar thing. I did a patch and I did a Pepsi sign. This isn't going to be a Pepsi sign, nor Coca-Cola or Fanta or any other fizzy drinks that are available. But yeah, something different on there. And I'm looking forward to showing you what I've done there. So that is the Antonov. Once I've done that, it'll be on with the fuselage. That is going to be a weathered primer red colour, as are the elevators. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the rudder. I want to inject a splash of colour on there, or I may do it on the fin as well. We'll have to see. The nose, I'm thinking of doing in a different colour as well. I was tying the idea with the black, but then I think maybe something a little bit different. A bit of a colourful nose. I don't know. I'm still procrastinating or prevaricating, one of the two. And I've got a shark's mouth that I'm going to spray on here, the name of it, and various other bits and bobs. So again, that's going to be very involved, very much like the wings. The canopy's already done. That's painted in matte black, and it is going to have an anti-glare panel. I'm just, I don't really know what to do with the cowling itself. I shall have a think. That is the state of play. I'm not sure how much modelling I'm going to get done this week, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'll have some progress to show you on next week's update. Right, so, there's a stray wing in the green notebook. Some of the modelling news, no new releases or new tool releases anyway, but just a few things to mention in the modelling news. First one again from Armour. They're doing a dual combo called the Cactus Air Force, looking at Guadalcanal. That's an F4F4 Wildcat and the P39 in a dual boxing with some new markings. So that looks really cool. If you haven't got either of one of those kits, then this is the perfect release for you because you get both in the box. I don't know if there's any 3D printed resin in it. I suspect not. Hopefully the canopy masks, because they're an absolute godsend. Maybe some of the photo etch as well. We'll have to see. But like I say, if you haven't got either of those two kits yet, I recommend go out and get that boxing. The other little bit of news is Meng. I think it's supposed to be pronounced Mung or something like that, but I don't do Korean, so I'm going to pronounce it Meng because that's how it's spelt in English. So forgive me, the purists out there, and any Korean people watching. Their F4G, which is coming out very, very soon, there's a photograph has been released, and I'll stick it up here, of some of the sprues, and you'll see, thank goodness, a single one-piece fuselage. None of this spine insert nonsense, which, unless you're Tamiya and can do it absolutely perfectly, I wish manufacturers just wouldn't do it. It's so much easier just to clean up that centre seam. And I get the point, well, you know, the Air Force and Navy versions had different spines. Don't care. Please don't do these silly inserts. They never fit properly and it just creates us way more work. I've got the Zukimura F4C coming. That's got it. That's going to be a nose. I know it doesn't fit that great. I'm toying the idea of if I just thin the fuselage a little bit, the two halves, maybe I can squeeze it together a bit and that will help. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But fantastic news for that. And that's going to be a stunning kit. Let's hope it builds as well as the F-18. I'm sure it will. Edward have released some pictures of their Brassin wingfold. Now, I thought it was going to be essentially a kind of one-piece printed resin wing. But it looks like there's plastic parts involved as well. So I think they've retooled the outer wing sections, at least anyway, that's what it looks like, with 3D printed resin, sort of gubbins, all the detail bits on the actual hinge and fold itself. So that's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Not sure when that's coming out. I think maybe December next month. Right, talking of December releases next month is the Revell 1/32 scale Hurricane 2B. It's been announced that that's going to be out next month in December. Really cool. So some of the pictures, the detail actually looks really, really very nice, which is great for a Revell kit because they tend to be a little bit, shall we say, less refined than some of the other manufacturers out there, but they are really cheap. So value for money is great with these. Their Spitfires are really nice kits. You do need to, if you want to lift the level, you do need to invest a little bit in the aftermarket on that. But from the pictures that they've released, that looks really great. There's been a few grumblings about accuracy with the wings. So if you look at the wings, the aeroplane, what should happen is it's a very thick wing, being a Hawker aeroplane, stand fast Tempest. The top of the wing is flat. The underside of the wing goes up, so it's much thicker at the root, and obviously the wingtips are quite thin, and then you've got your washout change in angle of incidence on the outside. But that's what sets the dihedral, is the flat top surface and then the bottom of the wing going up to meet the wingtips. It looks like they taper top and bottom all the way down. But that's one of the CAD drawings. It's difficult to see on the photos, if I'm honest, but let's hope it's got an accurate wing, because that will be a bit of a nightmare to try and sort out. The vast majority of people aren't really going to be bothered on that, so well, go check out my accuracy video that I did a few weeks ago. And the final thing is by far and away not a new tool, but something that's really kind of tweaked my interest, and that is the Airfix Domini, which is coming out again in the classic range. Obviously a very old kit, but I don't know, there's just, I think I could do something with that. One thing that's kind of sparked a bit of interest is rescribing from scratch the wings on these. has thought, well, maybe I could rescribe them on that and make them nice and petite and fine, which will go a massive long way to make the kit look refined. Now there's details on that model which will be clunky and blobby purely because of its age. Nothing against Airfix at all, but the undercarriage, for example, the wheels, the undercarriage doors, the detail down at the engines down the back. So friend of the channel Nige is very kindly going to do a little bit of a project for me, and he's going to have a go at 3D printing some of the undercarriage legs, so we get nice refined crisp undercarriage legs, some wheels, maybe some undercarriage doors, or maybe I could just scratch build those from a bit of card, but also the engine nacelles and getting some nicely detailed fronts for them. Yeah, it's going to be a long-term thing. I've got lots to do in the meantime, but I think with those kind of additions to it and some rescribing and trying to sort out the clear parts, maybe sanding them so they're thinner and then polishing them up. Yeah, don't know. I'm hoping he's going to do me some canopy mask as well. That'd be really cool. And I'm actually really quite looking forward to that. That'd be awesome. There's no aftermarket for it other than a few decals, but you know, we live in hope. I can't see anything coming out for that anytime soon. But that'll be a project for next year. Talking of which, right, when the Antonov's finished, it'll be the Zukimura F4C. Looking forward to launching into that. It's going to be one of Robin Olds' aeroplanes. Then a couple of 109s. I want to get the Edward G6AS done as a 14AS. I want to get that done. And I want to get the Tamiya 109 in 72nd done. I'm going to throw an awful lot of aftermarket at that to try and bring it up to Edward standard, because obviously we've got the Edward ones coming out towards the end of next year, and I'm definitely going to get those. So if I don't build that, I never kind of will, and I really want to. Got a really good deal on that on the Monk's Bar model shop in York. Want to do those, and then once I've cleared those models, it's in with a really quite big in-depth project, and that's going to be the Tamiya F14. So once I've done those, I'm going to have a real think about what I want to do. Right, with the job, the airfield move has started, so that's why we're doing such a long week this week. Then we're going up to the new place next week. When I say this week, I mean I went to work today, and I know it's Saturday. On Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then a bit of a long weekend, and then up at the new place next Saturday for a bit of training on the new procedures. And then I'm probably going to be starting my conversion course, because I'm going to be teaching Wizzos. That is going to be very intense and very full on, and there's going to be zero time for any modelling, probably. Maybe a little bit in the longer weekends, but we'll have to see. So I really want to try and get the Antonov pushed through, trying to get that done as soon as I can before the maelstrom of that starts. We'll have to see how I get on. Right, that is it for this week. Thanks very much for all the new subscribers and the likes and the interaction and the comments and things like that. I try and reply to all of them. So thank you very much for those. Go back if you haven't seen it and have a look at the Armour Hobby final part of the Key 84. I really enjoyed that model. It's one of my favourites. And look out tomorrow, or whenever you get this, so Sunday the 20th, for, thank goodness, the next part of the Lightning. I hope there's been no issues. It's been uploaded for a very long time now, and I just keep rescheduling and pushing it back. So hopefully that is all fine. I might see if I can watch it back before it goes live. Hopefully it's all fine. So check out for the long-awaited Airfix part 4, the painting on that one. Right, that's it. I need to go away and get this edited and uploaded. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.